Gupta, founder of Cloudseed Private Limited. We are Zoho Books authorized partner and our partner code is Cloudseed. We offer direct sales and renewals of Zoho Books along with first line support for Zoho Books users. In this video, I'm going to explain how to set up new organization in Zoho Books, create invoices, record purchases, and set up email reminders for delayed payments. Let's get started. So this is a new Zoho Book account which I have set up for demo of this purpose. For demo purpose, to set up the organization profile, we have to click on the settings, go to organization profile. So this page captures all the organization profile details like your logo. You may upload the logo for your organization name. So let's say we say Cloudseed Private Limited. Okay, so I gave the name. You select the industry which your organization belongs to. Let's enter the address. Okay, if you are updating the address after you have been using the Zoho Books, then and you want to update the address in the previous invoices also, then you can say update address in previous transactions. If you want to use separate address for receiving the payments, you can tick this also. You can select your financial year. Some people normally in India we have April to March cycle, so it's pre-selected here. Otherwise you can change it also. You can select the report basis, cash or accrual, time zone, and date, which date you want to use. So these are the formats which Zoho Book supports. I use 23 I use DDMM format. Here you can enter the company ID and details which you want to be printed on the invoices. So let's say I will enter it for our organization. Here you can select the tax IDs that you want to show on the invoice. So in India nowadays GST is prevailing. So I will enter my GSTIN. Okay. And if you want to customize any other field that you may like to use on your invoices, then you can enter that here also. So let's say for example I will enter my bank detail because I want my payments to be received in a uh, faster way. So I generally print my bank details on my invoice. So this adding the details here serves as a single point of change in future. I will show you what is the benefit of the adding it here. Okay, now the details are saved here. Okay, I'm going to show you how I use these bank details in my invoices email that I send to my customers. So this is a template which Zoho Books will use to send the emails when you create an invoice, and here I enter. So here I'm going to choose this bank details and automatically populate it here. So you remember we added. So now when the invoice is generated, this value will be automatically populated. Okay, now let's go and try adding an invoice. First we will add a customer. So there are three ways of adding a customer. You can click on this button, go to customers in sales, because sales are customers and vendors are for purchases. So you can go here, enter the customer details here, and then you can use it. Okay, see, I would like to emphasize here enable portal. Enable portal is basically Zoho offers a portal for the customers, so that they can go and look at the invoices, the past payments, basically whole transaction history in their specific portal, which Zoho will create for them if you tick this box. Okay, and for this one the email is mandatory. Okay, so let's get started with invoice creation. So I'm let me start it again. So I came to the invoice, new invoice. You can select what kind of discounts you give. You can select whether you give shipping charges or charge shipping or not, and you can also round off the total invoice number if you want to. Okay, so when you select a customer, if there is no existing customer, you can click on new customer and you can enter the details. Now the benefit, okay, you see here GST field is not showing up because we have not added GST settings to our Zoho organization. For that one, we will go to the taxes here and say yes, we are registered under GST. So you have to give the GST number. Right now I'm entering GST number for my organization. Okay, now when we go back to adding an invoice, new customer, if you select registered business here and you enter what is the GST number of customer, okay, you click on validate. See, it has given this error because there is a space in my GST number which I entered. The Zoho accept the GST number only in the uppercase. If you enter any number in the lower case, it may give you the error. Okay, now it when you do a validate, it says the GST number belongs to this organization. I'm just selecting the organization name here and I can copy it here. Okay, now I'm entering the email ID, I'm entering the mobile number, I'm entering the website also. I'm ticking the allow portal access for this customer. Okay, now you can enter the invoice number that you want to assign to this invoice. You can automatically configure what is the invoice number you want every time you generate a new invoice. You can enter the payment terms, whether it's net 30, net 15, or you can customize it here also. Okay, so let's say if I select net 30, it will see it automatically added 30 days grace period to the payment. Okay, now I'm adding an item to the invoice. If there is no item already added, you can click on this add new item and select good or service. I would select Zoho books. Okay, SSE is 9973. You, if you are in a trading business, you will be purchasing an item and selling it. So you can enter your purchase price here, sale price here, under which your sale should go. By default it should be sales, and so you can enter these details. You can enter what kind of GST you charge. Okay. Oh, now I need an item. So let's say I enter a price. Okay. Now I you can enter the comments for this particular item here. Let's say I do subscription 1 year. Okay. You can select the quantity. When you do a quantity, it automatically adds it here. Okay. Now it shows you, and you can enter your terms and conditions here, customer notes, and you can click on save and send. So when we click save and send, you remember I shown you these details which I added in invoice template, so it's automatically added here. Once you click on send, the customer will receive the invoice, and you can also attach the customer statement. Customer statement is kind of a ledger which normal account people use the word for. So it tells you what are all the transactions which has happened with the customer. Okay. So when we do it send, okay, this is the invoice that it generated, and the same invoice would have been forwarded to the customer. Now we'll come back. Similarly, you can create the estimates here. I will share another video which will explain how to set up the estimates, sales orders, and credit notes. Now let's go to enter a purchase. Okay, so there are two types of purchase. One is bills and one is expense. Expenses are normally prepaid expenses for which you don't have a bill, and bills are those purchases which are proper GST filed bills. Okay, let's go and enter the bills first. Create a bill. Similar to invoice, if you don't have a vendor already added, you can enter the vendor details, select GST, and I will use my GST again here. Validate. Okay, so it has a vendor portal for vendors also. That means your vendors can also log into the portal and see what are the sales they have made to you and have you paid for them or not. If you want to deduct a tax TDS on the payments, you can select it here. Okay, I have selected 10% for the demo purpose. You can enter the invoice number, let's say dummy invoice. You enter the bill date. I enter today's date. Okay, here see all the items which are there, it's already shown here. I will select this one. Okay, and you can select the customer which for which the payment was, this purchase was made. Okay, so I select a customer here. If you select non-billable, that means there will not be a item created for this particular sale, but if you select billable, then it will shown as an outstanding sale item. Okay, save as open. Now because you have to make a payment for this, you can click on record payment, and whatever the mode of payment you have selected, you can automatically save it. Okay, so Zoho has a very good feature of banking reconciliation. You can import the bank statements and connect to the net bankings and pull the transactions from your net banking. It's pretty much safe. I have been using in my organization for almost 2 years, and you can do a reconciliation for there. I will add another video for how to reconcile using the bank statements, but for now I'm just limiting the scope of this video to here. Okay, so this is how it will show up. And from ICICI and Standard Chartered Bank, you can directly initiate a payment from Zoho. I will connect my bank here and in another video, and then show how to do a payments from Zoho Books. Okay, now one thing I wanted to show in this video, and I'm coming to GST filing. So Zoho makes GST filing very easy. So normally we file GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B. it says we have not enabled the GST filing option. Let's enable it. I have to enter my GSTR credentials. What is my frequency of filing? You can approve, you can set up the GST approval mechanism if you want all the returns to be approved before you file a GST return. So now you see that these are enabled. So when we have an invoice, we have to give me 1 minute. Okay, now we have to see how do we file the GSTR1. So whenever we record any sale transaction in Zoho, it automatically creates a GSTR1 return for it. So here I can go and see what are the invoices generated. So you see we created this invoice and it automatically adds to the GSTR1 return. It shows what is the customer GSTIN number. It shows it. You can in fact look at the invoice from here. Okay, you can say see it's not uploaded to GSTN yet, add it to GSTIN and the whole invoice details. Okay, so once we reconcile all this thing, we have to click push to GSTIN. So if there is no error in the GST while pushing to the GSTIN, GSTIN will accept this return, and then you can go to the GST and click the and file the return by attaching your digital signature. Similarly for 3B, we go to the view summary. It says that it sees that we have recorded a purchase, okay, outward taxable supplies, and again we have to just verify the returns here and click on push to GSTIN. When we push to GSTIN, if there is no error, you can see the transactions there and you can attach your DSC and complete the return filing process. Zoho makes GST return filing very simple, and it also eliminate the dependency on CAs for following up whether the GST return is filed or not, and it saves the penalty on GST filings also in case the GST returns get delayed. So this is a high level overview of recording an invoice, recording a purchase transaction, recording a sale transaction, and how to file GSTR1 returns, GSTR3B returns from Zoho. I will be adding another video for how to create the banking transactions, how to reconcile the banking accounts in Zoho, and how to create the estimates, how to create the sales orders. But for this video, we will be stopping here. Thank you so much for watching this video. These are the links you can get more details about Zoho Books. For sales queries, you can write to us at quickbooks@clousit.com. For support, you can write to support@clousit.com. I'm not publishing my number here, but that is a puzzle here. You have seen my number in the Zoho. For anything, you can call me related to Zoho Books. Thank you so much for watching this video. Keep using Zoho Books.